I like that angle or not. Maybe I can tip you up a little bit. How's that? Is that a little bit better? But you still can't see me because of the stupid light. So how's it going? I should be in bed, but I thought I'd make a video. I don't think the 12 videos in May is going to be happening for me, but that's okay. It makes me feel better about it when I think of it in terms of, well, I'm not making videos to meet a quota, I'm just doing it when I feel like it, and unfortunately that hasn't been as often lately, but then haven't really had that much to talk about. Well, I got the new TV, I got that. I actually found out about a game called Plants vs. Zombies. It's like a computer game. I guess it's really popular now or something. So I've been spending a lot of time playing that. It's really addictive. Still drinking the Coke. Still sucking those Jolly Ranchers. Trying to get through without the, the really, who needs that crap anyway? I sure don't. And I can already tell you, I mean, I'm supposed to be like saving money from not doing this, and I am, but I don't know where it's going. Well, I still got my tax checks actually on my fridge. You know, last year I got my tax return checks, and it must have been July before I finally cashed them or put them in my account, and now I got my tax return checks for this year hanging on the fridge, and what is today, May 23rd, and they're still hanging up there. Yeah, Saturday, May 23rd, tonight's Sunday. Good old Sunday, you gotta love it. It's actually the Memorial Day weekend. It's like you're bad to the bone. Yes, I'm wearing my robe. I don't care. 72 degrees. It's been cloudy all day today, but it's not like cooling off because of it. It's freaky. I don't know. I don't like talking about the weather. Talking about the weather makes me seem more relaxed in a video, but then, listening to it is just boring. It's boring. Man, you should have heard it earlier. I had the hiccups and it lasted for like 25 minutes. I had a jar of peanut butter up there. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to swallow some peanut butter if this keeps up. But then I looked on the jar of peanut butter at the expiration date, May 23rd, 2008, exactly 1 year ago today. How perfect is that? So I guess I better throw that out. I don't even know where I got that peanut butter. I think my sister gave it to me, actually. But yeah. Not much else to say. No interesting farts. Haven't had any good farts lately.
It was me!
They've been all... sometimes your butt gets in certain moods and never mind. I was just looking through some of my old videos on here. I want to do a Lost video, but I'm telling you, I have no idea what to talk about. So I've been reading the Fuselage posts, and a lot of it makes more sense now, reading the posts, than it did while I was watching the show. Well, I guess maybe if I'd watched it a second time, then it might have been different, but I don't know. They really lost me this season. They had a couple good episodes here and there, but man, I tell you, I just don't even know. Aside from that, there's, like I said, really nothing new. Still driving the same car, still working the same job, still eating the same foods, still drinking the same Coke, still playing Hobo Wars. Well, I quit Dead Awakening, like I said, that was a while back. They actually... Well, I think I explained that already, like the server cut me off because of something where I was clicking too many times, and I guess nobody knew that it did it because it was automatic. So then I come back, and then like a few months later somebody offers me real life money for the account, and I take it, because I can't play anyway, and I might as well get something for the 3 years I put into it. And then come to find out, we thought we could keep it a secret with him pretending to be me, so he was always sending me these questions, like, what do I say to this person? He just asked me this, or how do you know this person? What is your relationship to them? Or what should you do here? And it got to the point where eventually somebody just found out that it wasn't me playing the account. I'm pretty sure I've told that story already, but anyway. So I made a second account. So what happened was that account, the one that got bought, got quarantined, and I ended up giving the guy his money back because I told him I would if it didn't work out, so I did. But that account got quarantined. I had to make another account, just to go in and explain myself and explain everything that happened. And then they quarantined that one too. I think in the real world that's called double jeopardy. Sheesh. Uh, when I go to sleep now, I've been playing my old tapes from like 92 and 93, and I fall asleep to them. They're pretty boring, most of them, but the one I'm on right now that I've been listening to is July 26th, 1993. And back then was when my dad had the boat, and I didn't want to go on it because I was like, well, what are we going to do? We're just going to sit out there and stare at the water all day. Like these days, I'd love to go out on the boat, shoot. Back then, I was just such a different person, just listening to myself talk about it. Like, oh, what are we going to do? Where are we going to sleep? What are we going to eat? You know, like, well, let's figure that out. You eat out at the marina. You sleep on the boat. I mean, it wasn't really insanely comfortable, but it was nice to wake up in the morning, hear my dad playing guitar up on the deck, and look out the hatch and the clouds up in the sky. Just, I'd love to go back to then. Just didn't appreciate things when I was younger, you know? I guess nobody ever really does. Whatever. What else was I talking about on that tape? That was when I was just starting to get into RPGs. I wanted to get Final Fantasy II, which is actually Final Fantasy IV, but it just reminds me to explain that crap. Not to a layperson, because, whatever. Yeah, man, I was in love with that game. Got really bad around September. I can't wait to get the September tapes where I'm all talking about the game itself when I actually finally got it then. You know, riff raff. But, you know, the worst part about listening to those tapes, though, is that back when I was recording the tapes, I didn't care, you know, if they were interesting. I just recorded them and said, oh, if I tell a few stories. A lot of times I taped over tapes, even back then, because of how boring they were. And this one, it's got some good stories on it, but it just sucks that you have to listen to 45 minutes of crap just to hear 10 minutes of good stuff. The rest of the time, I'm sitting there watching the Weather Channel. Like, I should, like, bring the tape up and play it for you, seriously. It is amazing how boring it actually is. That's why I'm using the tapes to make myself fall asleep, so I'm not wasting time doing something else at the same time. I mean, there was one tape I must have listened to like 4 or 5 times, and even on the 5th time listening to it, I was still hearing things I hadn't heard the first several times, either because I wasn't paying attention or because I fell asleep. My sister's birthday is in like 6 days. I was gonna like burn a bunch of CDs for her because she asked me if I would do that like several months ago, and I said, yeah, that's cool, and I still haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't even know if my computer has CD burning software on it. My other one did, the one that I bought like 8 years ago. So I would think probably that this one does too. I'm not sure. Oh well. I'll be looking at it right now. I should be looking at you, but I can't do that either. How's that for a yawn? Okay, well that's enough. Don't you think? I don't think that's enough for a blog. I really do. I do believe that's enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and maybe I'll go ahead and copy this now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So Hasta la vista, and see you when I see you. Bye.